just like, you go into the studio as a jam band, and every jam band has this discussion about, you know, how to make an album as a jam band, how to do it when really what you're doing on stage is what we get paid for is taking improv situations and executing them well and making them interesting and fun and exciting and adding a little like joie de vivre in there somehow, you know?
Yeah.
And that's sort of what we do. But we've hit this sort of like studio stride, which is actually quite similar because it's, instead of us doing it all at the same time, like on stage with all these people watching us, we're doing basically the same thing, but we do it, you know, in the studio separately with different people at different times. But it's sort of the same vibe. A lot of people are like, you know, how'd you end up with this song? How'd you end up with that song? Like the bottom line of being an artist. You have to go into the studio and say, hey, you know, I don't care what this is. I don't care what it turns into. If you walk into the studio and say, I'm writing a heavy metal anthem today, you know, are you gonna end up with a heavy metal anthem? Yes. Is it gonna be any good? I don't know, you know? But if you go in there and just let it flow, you end up, it's like in the jams, like when we get on stage and we play the jams and we're like, what do we want to do in this jam? We used to script it out and stuff like that. And now we're like, if somebody tries to script it, we're like, woo.
Oh, yeah.
No scripting. Because it's better when you don't script it. It gets crazier, it gets more intense. You know, you can't go in there and be critical of what you're doing because you have to hear it in the first stages where it's nothing but a drum beat and a vocal or a guitar line and a bass line. All the songs, like, I have to make the song from scratch. So if I'm critical along the way of what I'm doing, then I'm going to be like, oh man, this sucks, I'm screwing this up. Next thing you know, I'm just sitting there with nothing, talking about how it's not working. And if you do that, you'll never get past it because you have to hear every song in its worst stage. The final version that the audience hears, that's like, you know what I mean? That's like, oh man. Oh my God, the thing about our band is everybody's always like, you know, you guys are like, you know, this happened and what's wrong with, we are like just playing it by ear the whole life. You know what I mean?